At this time, we're going to receive words of remembrance from Sabila Beganovic, Nicole Rhillips, Nakia Bryant, followed by words of remembrance from their brother, Anthony Corbett. Following Anthony Corbett, we'll have another word of comfort from our bishop from Western Florida, the one and only Bishop Willie J. Matheny. In that order, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Sabila, and I am one of Ty's closest friends. And we are here today to celebrate the life of Ty. My emotions are really mixed right now. I feel sad and devastated because she was my good friend, my confidant, my supporter, my cheerleader. She was always there for me. But I'm also very happy because she was a part of my life, and I feel honored to have been her friend. Ty and I, we had met when we were in first grade. I was about 7 years old, and it was my first day of school. I had never been in school. I was really shy and very awkward, and she had decided to help me and befriend me. She helped her that I picked up sign language, that I learned how to work hard, how to be successful, and without judging me or ever looking down upon me. And I will never forget that day. I remember one time, I didn't even know how to open the milk carton in school. And so she helped me in the cafeteria, and I got folded over, and I just felt so loved by her. I have so many memories of her and I. We had been together for 8 years in school. We were almost like twins, always together. We laughed together, we cried together, we joked together, we made plans together. We kind of had, like a tiny little world where no one else could join in. It was just the two of us. And we supported one another. And then when high school happened, she ended up going to a different high school. It was the first time we had been separated and didn't see each other. But we still kept in contact. We FaceTimed, we hung out, we still texted once in a while. And I will never forget her smile. She always supported me, she always loved me, she always cared for me, and it inspired me. She truly changed my life. And I am so happy to have known her and to have met her. Ty was like a sister for me. She taught me so many things, like what true friendship means. She was always there for me. She taught me to never give up, to pursue my goals, to keep going, and she would always make sure that everything was okay for me. And I know that I will forever miss her. And I know someday in the future, I'm going to see her again.
She was a true woman who expressed 1 Corinthians 13:2. And if I have prophetic power, the gift of interpreting the divine will and purpose, and understand all secrets, truths, and mysteries, and process all knowledge. And if I have faith so that I can move mountains, but not love, God's love in me, I am nothing. She had God's love in her, and she expressed it to all of her friends and family. She taught me, and a lot of us, a couple of things. The first thing is capture the moment. The essence of a moment. I remember we were in rehearsal, and she would always take so many pictures. In the morning, I was like, why she keep taking all these pictures? We look like 8 hours of work. She just keeps snapping pictures. And then she would share after, she said, these moments are so special to me. She said, I don't know why, but I have to capture videos and pictures so I can go back and remember how important that moment was. She also taught us to use what we have. She loved her family, she loved her friends, and if anybody had a gift, she wanted to protect it and she wanted it to be used. She encouraged everybody to live their purpose and to be faithful to God above everything else. We can have gifts, we can have talents, but if we are not faithful to the one who gives it to us, we have nothing.
I am Lamora's first cousin. These are all of my cousins. I'm also her god sister. Me and Lamora grew up like sisters. We were together from Monday to Sunday. We had matching everything from baby dolls to strollers to puffy dresses and frilly socks to matching hair bows. I was always older than Lamora, but she could hang with me. She was always mature. As we got older and we started having kids, and I saw Lamora change and she became an excellent mother. I remember I was pregnant with twins and Lamora came to the house and she was like, girl, now what you gonna do with 3 kids? What you gonna do with twins? So when I heard that Lamora was pregnant with twins, I couldn't wait to see her. And girl, what you gonna do with 3 kids? What you gonna do with twins? But we helped each other. There were things that happened in my life and you can't talk to everybody about your business. And Lamora was someone that I could talk to about all of my business. And I've never heard it come back from anybody. I could call Lamora at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and tell her I need to talk to you. And she said, well, I got a half a pack of bacon. You got bacon? I said, well, I'll stop to the store and get a pack of bacon. And I'd come over to her house and cook and we'd eat and just talk. Lamora would not just talk to me, it was spiritual. Things that she was saying to me, she was instilling stuff into me. And I'm the oldest, but she taught me a lot. Lamora was my sister. I don't know, God, what I'm supposed to get from this, but I'm listening to you now. You took my sister and my babies. I'm listening to you, God. You speak to me. I want you all to remember Lamora as she was. My cousin was loving, caring, kind. And just remember her as that.
I know some of you may know me, some of you may not. I'm the big brother. You probably don't see my name on the program because I tried to fight my hardest to not come up here. I wrote something down because I wanted to make sure that I said exactly how it came to me. Lamora, India, and Tahira have been speaking to me for a long time. And I tried to get it out of my head, but I don't really know what to have 3 women in your head. It's hard to know. So, it's like Nakia said, God spoke to me and told me that I had to do this. I don't tell them no one. Here I am. So, as I said, even if you don't know me, but those of you who do know me, know that I prefer to be behind the scenes. I'm not a public speaker, I'm not a pastor, or everything in between. But God spoke to me, and I've learned when He tells you to do something, you better do it. I wonder sometimes when people say, God told me to say this, or God told me to say that. And wow, if God really told him to say it, and He just wanted to hear Himself speak. I can certainly say that if I wasn't told to say this, I wouldn't be up here. First of all, I'd like to take the time to thank God for the 29, 24, and 18 years that He loaned His angels to us. And while I really like to have more time with Him, I can understand why heaven could not wait. My first message is for my dad. And it's to let him know that his girl's all right. To let him know that they're better right now than they ever could be on earth. God said that he allowed this to happen. And he knows that it will catch the attention of so many people, particularly young people.
Yes.
And he wants them to get ready because a change is coming. I also said that the change is going to be so big that my dad needs to prepare himself. And then Lamore chimed in and said, get his mind right. And then India said, just wait and see what God's going to do. My next message is from my mom, Billy Welch. God told me to tell her that everything's going to be all right. All that you need to take care of Jamil, Jael, and Janaya is already in the works. He said he wants you to accept all that he has arranged and send in your way. And make sure they have all the love that you need. Lamore said, and she said, listen to her voice. She said, Anthony, you need to make sure Mama take care of her health. And I will. And she said, make sure that everybody is doing what they're supposed to do. If you all know Lamore, you know she can be a little bossy. If you know Lamore, you know what that means, act right. And so I'm going to let you know if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I'm going to tell you. Because that's what she would want me to do. And then finally, I have a message from my newest mom, Darlene Welch. God said, you have not lost all your kids. You just have one that you got to get to know better. Sabila told me she wants us all to be as one. And her exact words, take care of my mama. I told her that I would, and I am. I want Darlene to know that she has not heard somebody call her mom for the last time. Because that's what we're going to do from now on. Nowadays, since we found out, I've seen these three parents come together and work together in harmony. And I know that it's nothing but God. They've been together, they've been laughing, they've been talking. My mom and Darlene were in the backseat telling me how to drive. They're wearing me out. But I pray for strength. My last message is to my niece and my two nephews, to Janaya, Jael, and Jamil. Your mom says she loves you very much. She says she's always with you, which means she can see everything you do. She said that she wouldn't have went to heaven if she wasn't absolutely certain that she had enough people right here